It's Anyango here, hoping that you are healthy, wealthy, and free, and loving your life. I've been away for a few days, for a couple of days. I always have a debate about what a couple means. Because I've always said a couple means two. A couple means two. So when you're telling me that I'm going to give you a couple of minutes and you take 20, I always have an issue with that. So anyway, I've been away for a few days. I haven't made a video in a few days. And as I've mentioned previously, these videos really give me, people say it gives me life. They give me life. They just bring me back to reality. Reality in the sense that I have so much to offer and so much to be grateful for and so much to share for all those that don't know that they do have so much to offer and so much to share and so much to be grateful for. I'm just showing you that yes, it is possible. And this moment when I sit here and I turn the camera on, it puts me in that place, and I remember. Because I actually had like a kind of difficult day, but then, just like that. And I feel like, yeah, it's all good. We're good. So yeah, as I've mentioned, the point of this channel is to let you know that you can start, and the difficulties that there are, because it's not easy, but the fact that it's possible because I have done it. And of course, I've done it in my own way. We all have different stories, we have different situations, we have different perceptions and different lives and things that affect us. But if I can do it and other people have done it, then so can you. And you really have no excuse. It's your life. So today is about the fact that for you to make any major change in your life, whether it's in the smallest form of just a habit, or if you want to stop cussing, or if you want to stop thinking negative thoughts, or if you want to have a conversation with a person that really affects you and you need them to listen, you need to prepare for that conversation. It all requires silence. It requires self-reflection. It requires time away from any other input but your own. So for me, to get to the point where I actually started SFM and started making these videos and deciding to make these videos, I was luckily I had taken time, to just be alone. It wasn't by choice, it was by circumstance. It's 2020. And this is the corona period, so this was just getting into the corona period, and when we were all sent home, lockdowns and everything, and we had to be at home. That is when I got into this, and how timely. But what happened is that I, for the first few weeks, was all about Netflix, and it's all about me, sleeping, overeating, waking up late, wasting money on overeating. Basically, I had no exact plan of what was going on. And then, as I'm sure this has happened to you as well, at some point you get tired. You get tired of Netflix. You get tired of always listening to things. You get tired of the noise, and you just want some silence. You just want to scream like, just shh. Just shh. Just stop. Let me just hear nothing. And in the nothingness, in the silence, I got in touch with thoughts that I had previously. We always have these ideas that keep coming up, keep creeping up, but then we push them back down and we say, next time, somebody else, maybe when I get money, when I'm ready, when we always push it forward to a certain time in the future, but not now. And in the silence, these thoughts came back. But the beauty of being on lockdown was the fact that I had nowhere else to go to escape the thoughts. You know, we always have another option. If you don't want to listen to the thoughts, music, Netflix, shopping, call somebody up, take a walk. There's always some distraction or the other. Distraction and destruction, because it does cause destruction. And in this case, I was tired of Netflix. I was tired of music. I just wanted silence. I wanted just silence. Just please, nobody call me. I didn't want any phone calls. I didn't want anything. And so I was left with the thoughts. I couldn't run away. And as I sat with them, then the question became, why am I not acting on these ideas? If I don't do these things now, then when am I going to do them? And I'll tell you something that is really important, is because everything happens, it's a ripple effect. It's a ripple effect. You start doing one thing that leads to the next, that leads to the next, that leads to the next. And what happened with me is, first of all, I figured I need a routine, otherwise I'm going to go crazy. I'm eating all the time, I'm sleeping at crazy hours, waking up, doing basically nothing. I need some sort of structure, you know? And so I started with, okay, let's fix the habits. If I feel like I'm going crazy, let's figure out why. So let's fix these habits. So let's start waking up at a particular time. Start working out. Start eating at certain times so that there's a structure in my day. And then, so what happens in these spaces of time when I'm not doing something that is planned for? You know, so what happens between taking supper and going to bed? What happens between taking breakfast and maybe starting work or that kind of thing? Because I was working from home, so I did have a little bit of, that. Then I started listening to audiobooks and finding online programs that resonated with me. Ripple effects. And then these online programs led me to 6-figure mentors that now brought me to these videos that I create. Ripple effects. And now I'm here and I'm doing so much more and seeing that so much more is possible. You see, because even in the silence, you're able to reflect on what you've been able to achieve, because there will be moments when you cannot, or you feel like you can't move forward. There will be those moments, right? And it's important to go to your silence and understand where you've come from. How far have I come? What have I achieved since the very first time that this journey began? I haven't done nothing. Just like project management, there's a goal. You take steps towards it. At some point it may veer around and you kind of get lost. But if you go back to the structure and really see and check what you had wanted to do, you figure out there are some steps that I took, and then somewhere along the line I got lost. So how can I get back on track? How can I get back to where I was going, because that goal is what I wanted? And so what happens now as the lockdown is easing and people are going back to work is then we're faced with life. Life outside the hermit zone, life outside the safe zone. And we need to find our place. So then you go back to the journaling that you've been doing. You go back to the meditation that you've been doing, to the reflection. Sorry about that, I was choking. You go back and you remember why you started this journey. That's why it's so important to keep a journal. Keep a journal of where you've come from, of the days as you're going, of the struggles and how you've overcome them. Because there will be days when you will veer off course. And it may be for a long time before you decide, no, I was going somewhere. Where was I going initially? Let me find my way back. It may be hours, it could be days, it could be weeks, it could even be years, but it's important to know that you can always come back. Sit in your silence and remember. Just allow yourself, and sometimes it's scary. Sometimes it's an overwhelm of a number of things, of what I should have done. You know, there's that regret of what I should have done. And then there's a daunting pressure of what I should be doing, but there's so much that I don't know, or so much that I would need to do, so much that I would need to give up. Because everything that you gain, there's something that's lost. Always, in every situation. Even if it's a good thing that you're gaining, something bad is lost or taken away. There's a pressure of what I could be. What if this actually happens? What if I fail and it doesn't work? You know, there are all of these thoughts that come in, and we need to be able to sit with them and train ourselves to take the positive. Train and say that Kobe Bryant would say, there's no such thing as failure. You've only failed when you decide that tomorrow I'm not going to try again. But if you wake up tomorrow and decide, let's figure out why this did not work, let me do this again. If I do that, then I haven't failed. It was just the first, the second, the third, the 20th iteration. But there are many more to come. Then it's just progress. And in each of these times you learn a lesson. So this way doesn't work, let's try the second way. That's it. Right? It's an iteration. But it's in the sitting with your thoughts and sitting in the silence that you're able to hear yourself and allow yourself to start to understand and to be you. Because otherwise, every day we're just taking in stuff from other people, from other sources, and never allowing that to sit with us and embody who we are. Sit in the silence. It's uncomfortable, yeah. But just sit in the silence. It's important for you. It's important for all of those that you affect, that you meet with. That you know what you're talking about and what you're doing and where you're going. It's absolutely important for you, but it also affects everybody else around you. It affects how you do the things that you do. How you do anything is how you do everything. So pregnant pauses are important. Pregnant pauses. Really, you know that silence where it's really heavy? So let's just try this. Try the silence and just count to 3 in the silence. In your head, just count to 3. I'm gonna count to 3 in my head. And just see how it feels. Okay? Okay. How is that? Maybe, okay, that was slightly longer. But I actually enjoy these silences. And there are a number of books that could be recommended. There's The Power of Now. That's so totally crazy. It freaked me out. I think I made a video about it. It freaked me out. There's also T. Harv Eker. Really talks well about the power of the mind and how to listen to it and evaluate it and tell your mind, okay, you think this, thank you for your input, but I'm gonna go this way because I know where I'm going. You've given your input. Your mind is simply a separate entity. Your mind is not you. That's another thought. So yeah, that's my jump for the day. I think it's really important. I hope it gets you to sit in your quietness, sit in your silence. Okay. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.